All right, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to be telling you how to install your track package dash trim with gauges. I currently have a 2020 Mustang GT Premium. It doesn't currently come with the gauges, but thankfully Ford was so smart and innovative. They put the cord for the track package gauges in there, and I'm going to show you how to guys take it off and install it for yourself. There is going to be some slight trimming that you have to do to the vents in order to help the new piece sit flushly. So that's why I have my Dremel. You don't need a Dremel, you can use some shears. So I'm gonna try to show you both, but I'm initially just going to show you what you need to cut off to make sure that it sits in there flush. I do have my end gauge in my vents, so I'm going to be taking off the vent for this one and adding the Engage vent holster. I don't have it yet, but currently this one just pops in and out right there, so it'll be okay until I get the new one. I didn't get the other trim pieces because I went on Facebook Market and got a nice steal for this. So in my opinion, you don't really need the other pieces because the main part that you want to do is just the gauges. And these ones read oil pressure and vacuum. I mean, it just really just appearance aesthetics, just to make it look a little better in here. Because like I said, this is a premium, so you pay for what you get. But with the Mustangs, bro, you can get so many options and get aftermarket parts for cheap. So there's really no reason to spend an extra bucks. I mean, if you have the extra money, go ahead and do it. But man, the aftermarket portfolio for this car is amazing. So, but yeah, let's get started. I am not going to go through the whole thing. I'm just going to show you bits and pieces that I believe that you would need to know just to make the installation better. So, you know, the first step, hit my wife's car. First step, you know, you need to take off these pieces, but you know, they just pop into place. So you got to be a little generous and give them a little love in order to pop them out. But that pops out. And then you grab this over here and pop it out. Trust me, I know it hurts, but it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna unplug my end gauge and put that up there to the side. I did run my wire underneath, so just to get it out the way, but for right now, it'll be all right. And we pull that off and pow, that comes off. Put that in the back seat, and in order to remove the stereo or sync 3, whatever you want to call it, you got 2 7mm right here. And then if you come down here and use like a little part to pull that out, which I can show you right now, just pop that out, remove that, and pop that out, and then boom, you have the other 2 7mm right there. So I'm going to get a handy dandy little Milwaukee, pop them out real quick. And then take them out by hand. I'm going to put them in here so I don't lose them. Chance. Oh, they being a little difficult, so that out of place. Then I would recommend trying to grab the bottom and pulling out. But boom, you can fully unplug it, but it's not really necessary because all you got to do is take off these other 7mm so that the whole screen comes forward, and then that right there will present the part that you need to it's like they put it in there very neatly, so you gotta like take it out in the like its little cord holder or whatever you wanna call it. Okay, so after you take off those bolts, you can go ahead and drop the screen down, and right there as you can see in the back, that's the plug that you need to take out and put through here so that it can plug into your gauges. I believe, don't take my word for this, but Gen 3's 18 through 23 Mustang GT should have this cord already back there. So there's no need to plug, like, splice into the radio or any nonsense like that. It comes like this from the factory. So let me go ahead and take this out and route it up, and then I can show you what you need to trim off in order for the new gauges to fit. All right, here's a better look at the cord that you're going to be using. So this is the cord that is tucked in right there from factory. So this is what you want to route through here, through your air vents. But okay, so when you're cutting this off, make sure, for the videos that I've seen, they've cut all of this off around these pins and all this. They cut all the in-between off in order for it to come. And if I'm not mistaken, you have to take off these bottom pins right here too. But I'm not sure about that, but I'm gonna go ahead and confirm or deny in a little bit. So just give me a little bit, and then I can update you on the progress. All right, so I didn't trim it yet, but I just plugged it in just to show you that factory harness does work on them. My colors that I have is blue and purple. I do have my little floodlights on, but this is how they look. Of course, the car is my bad. Of course, the car is not on, so the gauge is not going to be reading correctly, but this is just with the auxiliary power on. But as you can see, they do work and they do light up because I do have the premium. So boom, bada bing. Now let's get the trimming and go ahead and get this baby plugged in. All right, after some time, man. All right, man. Like, first of all, it ain't the prettiest, but it got the job done. I had to tuck my cord away and basically cut off all of this that's in the mid side and trim down this middle vent, because that's where the actual gauge's back cluster sensor is. So I'll try to make it as flush as possible. I do my Dremel. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit, but this is just like a rough estimate. So just so you know, if you want to do this, that this is what you're going to have to mostly take off, which I don't believe is going to mess up any of the vents, because you usually have that too. But I have mine, you know, there's one on the driver's side, so this is just mainly for my wife and my son that be on this side, because this is on my engage and the middle clusters, and the two vents are going to be pointing towards her. Whatever, because I'm the type of guy to roll, you know, with the windows down whenever I can. But it is Texas, it be getting 3 hot out here, so. But yeah, this is just a rough estimate. And then this cord, you can just, like I said, I cut off the little bracket right there because you really don't need it. I test fitted it and it holds good. And you're going to see once I actually get finished with putting everything back, I give it the wiggle test, make sure there's no clinks or you know, little squeaks or wiggles or whatever. But yeah, I'm going to show you the end piece. I'm going to put everything back together and then come back to you once everything's done. Man, and after much struggle, there she goes. I think it just adds a little more touch of pop. And then next will be the LED digital cluster. And then I believe the inside would be good, because a lot of people do the big old Tesla screen, but I mean, that's cool and all, but I think this is subtle, but it makes a large impact. And then for the end gauge, I still have to get my air vent bracket in, because I had a S197 before that. If you watch more of my videos, I had a S197, so I have that bracket, which doesn't fit in the S550. So once I get that in, and then that will be secure, because right now I got a little lock washer just holding it in place, which, yeah, it'll be okay. But yeah, so that's the installation.